President Lorenzo promised dialogue across society after his party emerged victorious. He was speaking in his inaugural address shortly after being declared the winner of the August 24 vote. Lorenzo says the election was a vote of confidence, which gives his administration the immense responsibility of promoting dialogue and social consultation. Jimbo is the national coordinator of the Angolan Electoral Observatory. He joins me from Luanda, the capital of Angola. Good to see you, and Luis, and thanks for your time. Now, the MPLA has won another term in office, almost 50 years in charge, and a second short for the incumbent President Lorenzo. Was this an expected result?
Yes, it was depending how your answer that was expecting result, because for the opposition, of course, was not expecting this result. And also you can see a lot of demonstration on the street led by young, of course, on a city and a capital. So those demonstrations I need to emphasize without violence, of course, but they are rejecting the result because the city, the capital, Luanda, the opposition for the first time win. So, and imagine it, that we are talking about that the majority of electorate has been youth, and those majority of electorate living in a urban area and living in a Luanda city, they are not accepting the result. So this meaning, of course, that we still have a challenge. The ruling party, MPLA, still have a big challenge to win without the capital city support. So, and without the majority of youth support. So whatever is the fifth time he just come in a ruling party, but the challenge has been increasing too much.
So, Luis, I'm trying to look at the figures now. Unlike in the past, the MPLA did not win by a landslide, as we've seen in past elections. Instead, it won with just over 50% of the votes. So is this indicative of something?
Yes, of course. First, is indicative that if you see the number, how the MPLA is decreased election by election, MPLA is losing seat, and opposition is increasing their seat in a parliament. In another way, it is if you see how this time the opposition of the MPLA was not only UNITA, led by Alberto Costa, was UNITA plus civil society and place political leaders. So it was a coalition of civil society and the political party against the ruling party, MPLA. If also you see if the new player, actors and politics, you see the big difference that all this opposition come up with a fresh youth politics, new views, and MPLA still with the oldest, with the very traditional, and UNITA has been accepted to be including the new generation of politics, the new generation of youth and women that are being included in a parliament through UNITA. So whatever as the result in election right now, Angola has been changed. The political way, the competition on a parliament will be changed. The responding the politics social situation like unemployment that is very, very high. Most of them are youth without a job, economic situation, who is doing business, is feeling how so the situation is not good right now. Whatever that we can discussing about this challenge can be in economic or in a political or in a social. We are seeing
let me jump in here, Luis. Luis, apologies. Let me jump in here quickly. It's no doubt, looking at the results, the best run for UNITA. But again, in all of this, there is voter apathy, the poor voter turnout for this particular election. That's less than 50% of the registered voters. What can you tell us?
Yeah. So has two fingers regarding with this turnout. First one is the way how we have been conducting the civil registration, so electoral registration process. It was the first time that we used the civil, using the ID to automatically getting the electoral registration. So the impact was that death has been included on that. And our system to eliminate death and to eliminate duplicate name was weaker. So this means that we come up with more 14,000 of electors. So this was not the reality. The second one, you know that most of the electors are youth. And we find that youth, the expectation to change their life was not directing for the election, go to vote and change my life. So it was become a weakness of the civic education, of course. And also a lot of documentation, a lot of duty of electoral commission was supposed to make it happen, like in the consultation of names, the motivation for youth to go to the vote. So all of those situations, I assume that was not motivate youth to go to vote. And on the other end is that the figure that of the electoral registration has been increased too much. It was not the reality. So now we need to work into figure out the real number of the electorate in Angola.
Before I let you go, in East of Africa, specifically Kenya, the opposition there is going to the court, and the opposition also in your country, UNITA, and its candidates have both alleged irregularities and have vowed to challenge the results. So where does this lead for Angola?
So this is one phase that is normal in the process. So that means that when the Electoral Commission has been given the final announcement, so the candidate must go to the court, must accept it or not accept it, and then the law allow them to go to the court. So, but for the first time, we have put in place a new law, electoral law, that giving of a situation that the result must be published. So you normally say the polling center. We say that this polling count here, the law say that must be published the result on each location that the polling center has been counting the vote. So this means a lot of synthesis and organization like me who work in an electoral observation getting those results. And also the political party has a right to receive those copy of a result on a polling station and in the polling counting. So they are doing PVT, parallel vote counting, and through this PVT, they are announcing that the result of electoral commission is not insane. Comparing with their PVT. This is why they will go to the court to present and to reclaim they was supposed to have more seat on the parliament. But wherever, and a civil society organization also are published the result PVT through this right that to get in the copy of a result and the polling center. Of course, that now you know we have a result announced by Electoral Commission, and we have a public PVT, and we have a PVT of political party. All of this is a pressure in the society.
I'm afraid we have to go. Louis, Jimbo, many thanks for your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.